And when he came back from the war, he reopened the shop and everything went. You just couldn't make money back right and left, you know. So we finally bought a house then, that's how we have it. And that went on for 15, 20 years, I guess. Yeah. And then that's when, soon after that, my husband decided to, he was going to only work part-time, so, and I told that, anyway. But that's what happened during the Depression and when I worked. Right after, I forgot this though, right after the war, while the war was on, I got a job with Bourgeois in the office. And they made, I don't know whether you remember it or not, Evening in Paris Perfume and Chanel. Well, they had a factory in back of where the Jiva Theater is now. And I worked there for 25 years. And I ended up with a very nice job there. Yeah. And I didn't have a big education, but I was in the auditing department, and I had 3 jobs there. And I liked it, and they were the people that were so nice to me when my husband was ill. That's where I retired from in the 70s, And then I ended up with Oliver House, 14 years. I kind of got a little mixed up there. How do you think women has changed?
Yeah.
From when I was younger?
Mm-hmm.
Well, a lot. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Let me think. We can get jobs now that we couldn't get before. They wouldn't have a woman in that job. Now they can do most everything. I don't think there's much that we can't do. Do you?
Nothing.
The only thing that would be strength.
And some women are very strong.
Yeah, would be strength.
Might get paid less, though.
A job would be
Still.
a woman. But there are women that are strong,
Exactly.
too. And I think women can do most anything now, which they maybe wanted to do years ago, but didn't do it because it wasn't done. That's what I think.
How are they treated?
How what?
How are women treated?
How are women what?
Treated.
Treated.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in the marriage market, I think some of the men treated the women as if they didn't know anything, They were just there to have babies and do the housework and so on and so forth. Then, not all people, but I think a majority, it was something when women started to drive. I thought it was wonderful when I got my license. But many men thought the women weren't any good driving. And they still do. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that. And women, we seem to have more of a choice what to do with our life. Maybe that's what I want to say. Before we had to do what we have to do. No choice. I don't know whether you remember any of that, but I remember a lot of it. At that time, I didn't think too much about it. I just went right along with it, you know. But as you get older and then things change, you think, well, why didn't it happen like that before? You know, because it... But I think women are much happier now than they used to be. They're doing what they want to do, and they're doing it well, most of them. Don't you think so?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think too. Well, even with, if you didn't even have an education, and you got a job, it was pretty good, you know, because you thought, well, I'm going to do the best I can at this kind of a job, you know. Whether you liked it or not, you worked hard at it. But now, they can do anything. Maybe a president someday. I think they make a better one.
Do you remember Prohibition?
Do I remember what?
Prohibition?